Camila Cabello firmly broke out of Fifth Harmony's shadow, clutching the Moonman for Video of the Year at last year's MTV Video Music Awards. There was just one person Camila Cabello wanted to share the moment with: her 15-year-old self. 6 years earlier, she had been feeling out her place in Fifth Harmony, a newly formed girl group just trying to outshine the collection of other acts on The X Factor, and desperate to set foot on the famed award show's pink carpet. "I wanna be there so bad you don't understand," she tweeted, #someday. So when no less than Madonna handed her the night's top trophy, it was a complete out-of-body experience. "You're not gonna believe this, small Camila," she responded to her old missive, "but, in 2018 Madonna is going to give you an award for Video of the Year and your acne will clear." While she was certainly grateful the HD cameras were capturing a smoother visage, it was the whole pop legend honoring her bid that left her hands shaking. "Madonna, I love you so much. I've seen every single music video of yours. I've seen every single documentary of yours," she said in her acceptance speech. "You've inspired me so much, and for that reason, this is a surreal moment. And, I love you, seriously. I can't believe it." And if she thought that was great, well, she should have seen herself open up this year's Grammy Awards in an impressive performance that featured the likes of J Balvin, Ricky Martin, Young Thug and Arturo Sandoval. She was also up for 2 awards for Best Pop Vocal Album and Best Pop Solo Performance, only losing out to Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga, respectively. Not too shabby. Credit the impossibly catchy earworm that is Havana, the lead single off the debut, self-titled solo album she launched last January. While Camila certainly held its own, debuting at the top of the Billboard 200 before going platinum, Havana, her track featuring Young Thug, hit #1 on the Hot 100 in January and is still being streamed some 9 million times per week. With a cool 1 billion streams on Spotify, it's the service's most played track by a solo female artist, and you're probably humming it to yourself right now. Havana, Unana. You're not alone, of course. Shortly after its August 2017 release, President Barack Obama named it one of his favorite songs of the year. "I cried," Cabello recalled to Billboard. "I made a video of myself crying." Perhaps that was the moment the singer, just 22 years old today, knew she had been right to risk the established notoriety of Fifth Harmony on the dream of going solo. Or it could have been while she was juggling her headlining world tour with a spot opening for Taylor Swift. Or, possibly, as she was collecting 4 American Music Awards, 2 VMAs, a Billboard Music Award for Chart Achievement and a leading 4 trophies at the MTV European Music Awards. Safe to say she has few regrets about leaving Ally Brooke, Normani Corday, Dinah Jane and Lauren Jauregui behind back in December 2016, save for the drama that followed as the 2 sides released conflicting statements about how her exit went down. As 1/5 of a girl group manufactured by Simon Cowell during their 2012 reality show run, The Quintet, named through an audience vote, ultimately finished 3rd. The teen had little say in the direction of her career. Now she has an album full of songs that reflect her personality and Cuban roots and resonate with her growing audience. "Getting to do shows where people are singing words that I wrote back to me was a completely mind-boggling new experience," she told Billboard. "The last year was definitely the best year of my life. And it all began with Camila. Originally slated to be titled The Hurting, The Healing, The Loving. I decided to call it by my name, because this is where this chapter in my life ended," she shared on Instagram. "It started with somebody else's story, it ended with me finding my way back to myself. That person is the same young girl so crippled with stage fright that she turned down a chance to star in her middle school musical because she was terrified at the thought of singing in front of people she knew. She could kill a Britney Spears or Hilary Duff song if she was on the phone with a friend or belting it out through a closet door as her grandmother listened on the other side, but having to stare directly at a familiar face? Forget it. She came alive during the X Factor process," convincing her parents to spend the money they would have used for a quinceañera to drive the family to the North Carolina audition. There's way less risk performing or exposing yourself to strangers than there is in your own town or school, she explained to Marie Claire last year. On The X Factor, I kind of became the person that I wanted to be. In interviews, I was super goofy and confident. I look at videos of myself from the first performance, and I'm winking and pointing. I was dying inside literally, my hands were shaky, my voice would be flat all over, but I was like, I just have to just go for it. The female answer to One Direction brought her instant notoriety, with songs on the Billboard Hot 100 and a 69-city tour, but soon Cabello felt trapped, just one cog in a massive wheel. I would try to kind of rebel in my own way and wear turtlenecks or pants, which was allowed. Nobody ever put a gun to my head and was like, you have to do this. But it was definitely moving in a certain direction, and there was a group mentality, so you have to do it. So she tested the waters, collaborating with Shawn Mendes on their 2015 hit I Know What You Did Last Summer and Machine Gun Kelly on 2017's Bad Things, and quietly holed herself up in hotel bathrooms writing out lyrics for the types of songs she'd love to sing. Getting the chance to actually bring those words to life was an immense relief, she shared with Cosmopolitan UK. I loved making all the decisions, because the product was something that was fully representative of me. It's like making your own coffee or breakfast. It tastes better because it's yours, because you made it. That's what it felt like for me. That's not to say everything magically clicked into place when she revealed her intentions to go solo. In addition to the ensuing Fifth Harmony drama, she still had to fight to have herself heard in meetings with execs. Havana, in particular, was a labor of love. After working on the tune for 5 months, she was still struggling when Pharrell Williams reached out to her producer Frank Dukes and said he was interested in working with her. It was my birthday, and I was like, we have a chorus for this song, but I can't figure out the rest. And he just came up with the melody for the verse we needed on the spot, she told Marie Claire. The song was finished by close of day, but then she had to keep working to convince her label it could be a hit. They were like, you have to make it faster. You have to add production. Radio isn't going to get it. It's a cool song, but it's not your single. A pep talk from Swift, whom Cabello befriended after having the guts to approach her and Lorde at the 2015 MTV VMAs, convinced her to keep fighting. She was like, people on the outside are never going to think about the story that you want to leave behind, Cabello recalled. That's yours, so you have to always protect that, because to other people it's a song,